Happy New Year, Mr. Turner.
What?
It's 1991.
Oh, Lord, is that time already?
It's after 9 and we've got a shoot on.
The devil's he doing here?
Not much.
What time did you say it was?
9:10. Shoot starts at 10:10.
Well, I don't know as I want to go hobnobbing with Tate.
Ah, of course you do. Look, I'll help you with your work at Blackthorn, and then we can both go to the shoot. Are you sure you're going to be okay?
Yes.
You don't want your mum to stay or anything?
I'll be fine. You just go.
Right. Hey, do you know, I'm surprised at you. I wouldn't have thought the home farm shoot was your sort of thing.
Have you finished organising everybody? It's the first time they've offered something for nothing at Home Farm for 15 years since old George Verney's days. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
You, only get to keep what you shoot, you know. It's not easy.
Oh, right. Well, I'll try to make sure I hit something then.
Chris just rang. Him and Kathy won't be back from that New Year's party.
Typical. Just because I wanted him to be. He'd have been here had he been shooting. All set, Alan?
What?
What's up?
Just touch of flu.
Right, Seth. What instructions do you have for us?
Instructions? Me?
Naturally. You're in charge this end. It's your day. Alan and I will be beating.
What?
Yes, I've been looking through the estate records. Apparently, in the old days, the estate workers were always invited to shoot on New Year's Day, while the people up at the big house acted as beaters.
What's going on? You are now a beater, and so am I.
Come on, you two. There's some serious shooting to be done. If I don't get you lot to the other side of the cover, they'll not be none.
How you doing, Alan? Ready for the off?
Yes, I suppose so. Is Mrs. Feldman shooting?
Right, what's the matter? She hasn't got any grudge against you, has she?
No, it's just that she was...
Seth can keep an eye on her. Make sure she doesn't come to any harm.
Frank, you don't understand.
Look, put her in the best position. That way Alan doesn't lose so many birds. And keep Joe Sugden well out of the way. I'm told he's quite a shot.
He's done it again, hasn't he? Who and what? Frank Tate. First he deprives us of our Boxing Day custom, and now there'll be nobody here today.
After last night, I should think half our regulars won't drink out at all today, apart from liver salts.
Ah, it were a good night, weren't it?
Our last New Year's Eve in Woolpack.
Well, where these interviews for manager are going, I can easily see us still being here 12 months hence.
Oh, no, I've promised myself next Christmas I'll be spending in Italy with Marion and Nicky.
Have you?
Yeah. Oh, you'll be welcome and all, you know. Unless you'd rather go to Ezra in Whitehaven.
Oh, nay, bye. Christmas in Tuscan Hills. Bellissimo. I was wondering what hobby to take up this year. I think I'll brush up on my Italian.
Ah, well, I think we should both brush up on our interview techniques first, if we're going to find a manager for this place.
There is nought wrong with my interview technique. Problem lies with your candidates. How you could imagine a motel bartender from Doncaster or crooked son of a bootle, spitting sawdust and short measures landlord could take over here is beyond me.
Jack, give me about half a dozen for young Mark, will you? Yeah. These won't fit his. That's fine, I want one more.
Bet you've done that sort of thing before, ain't you?
Well, I'm more used to crows and rabbits than pheasants, but I like to think I've got a good eye.
Good luck to you then, love.
Yeah, Mark. And make sure no one's in the line of your fire.
No, Joe.
And no ground game.
Yeah, all right, Joe.
This your first shoot, Mark?
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you listen to Joe. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, all right, Jack.
And don't be too upset if you don't get anything.
No.
Now you'll do.
Hang on. Come on, Alan. Don't break the line.
Here we go, Mark.
Just this lot and then we're off. All right. Have you thought about what you're going to do then?
What about?
Here.
We're not going to burst pipe, it's not a problem.
Oh, really? Well, it's about the only one you've not got then.
But we're not dead yet.
You know, this is nowhere to make a living, is it? I bet we're the only two people working today.
Can't we talk to them first? There's no point. They've had all the notices, they can't pay. Talking's not going to change anything. So we go in and out, clean and tidy.
Look, he's a mate.
If you don't want 20 quid, there's plenty who do.
There's another one. You've had a good day.
Best looking gun dog I've ever seen. Although there was an old Labrador once.
Fetch your own next time. Hey, you're doing really well.
Yeah, not as good as Elizabeth Feldman, though.
Look, listen, Joe. About the other day, I was a bit disloyal about Frank. It was the booze talking.
Think nothing of it. I enjoyed your company. And I did laugh more than I have done in months.
Yeah, I suppose I did too. But there is nothing wrong between Frank and I. I mean, this time next year we could have a baby. I just wanted you to know, that's all. Put the record straight.
Listen, did he say anything about me leading you astray the other day?
I'm sorry?
Well, taking you out to a country pub for some drinks.
A couple of drinks while we're waiting for Zoe. Why should Frank worry about that?
No reason.
OK, everybody. One more drive before we call it a day.
Look, drink. Yeah, Frank's supposed to be laying something on, isn't he?
Soda pop and crisps at Anton Gilman.
Hey! Hey! What the hell's going on? Keep going!
Look, the lad deserves to be told.
Told what?
The letter said this would happen if you didn't pee up.
What letter?
Look, they've not been home. They've been staying at Dendyke.
Flipping convenient. You've been defaulting on payments. The tractor's been repossessed.
Bill, what has this got to do with you?
We haven't seen any letter.
Not my problem. It's going back.
You're not helping this tow rag, are you?
Look, you can't take my tractor. How am I supposed to run the farm?
Look, it's no good arguing, Michael.
Oh, come on, mate. Look, couldn't you go back and tell him you couldn't get the tractor? Give Michael a bit more time to sort things out.
Can't do that. Right, Bill, do what you're being paid for.
I wouldn't, kid. The law's on our side.
No question whose lucky day it's been.
Yours. Kissing another woman and your missus not objecting.
I hope you'll all join me for a spot of lunch to round things off.
Joe, got your flowers, Candy?
In the Land Rover. And Jack's beating you to it.
Now, we got flasks of soup, smoked salmon, and to help the food along, a spot of bubbly.
Champagne? Frank?
Yes, love. Least I could do after the other day. Now, Elizabeth, as our champion, the first bottle is yours.
Right, you handle that.
Why didn't you tell me? She's very good. Bagged 8 brace.
I did try, but you didn't seem interested.
Well done, sir.
Mo, quick!
So Amos was quite despairing last night. Thought he'd never find anyone to take over the pub.
Can't think why, but it's a little gold mine.
What about you and Sarah?
Oh, no fear. But Michael Feldman will be looking for a job soon.
Yeah, too young.
Seth?
He'd drink all the profits.
Kim, you're not drinking. Here.
No, thanks.
Something I said.
I stopped drinking, that's all.
Nick, You missed all the fun. You might as well have a drink.
No, thanks.
Oh, a bad night last night, was it? Well, don't say I haven't warned you.
Frank, this is something a little more serious than 1 over the 8.
Oh?
Yeah, they've repossessed the tractor at Blackthorn.
I see. Is that why Elizabeth left?
Yeah, well, she didn't want to ruin your day.
I hate to say this, Nick, but the writing's been on the wall for them for some time.
A lot of farmers are having it tough these days.
Yes, that's true. But the Feldmans just didn't help themselves, and they never asked for help when it was needed until it was too late. I just had to let them sink or swim. There was nothing else to do, really.
So that's why their farm was in such a mess when I arrived?
Yes, it's got in one on that. And among the rest of the farming community, they were a bit of a joke. But they're very nice people. But...
A familiar story on the home farm estate. They couldn't help themselves, and the estate manager, who should have done more, didn't bother. He'd much rather run them down to all and sundry. More champagne.
I sat down at closing and I opened up my 1991 diary. And I thought, how many years had I done self-same thing before? And then I thought, I will go and see only person in the world to have read Secrets at Past as recorded by yours truly, my editor.
I've had a bit of a problem.
You didn't like them?
Oh, of course I like them. Sit down. I'll pour you some tea. There's some in the pot. You see, since Kate, well, and with Kathy going to home farm, and the school nativity play, and with me working more in the pub, what with it being so busy, I've not done a lot with them.
No, I understand. Where are you up to?
Well, when I say I've not done a lot, I actually mean I haven't done any work at all.
Well, you have read them.
Not exactly.
Oh, I see.
I'm sorry. I had intended to start today. Right now. While Jack's out.
Aye.
I was, really.
No, it's a favour I never should have asked. I can see that now. I'll be grateful if you return them by tonight.
At least stay and drink your tea.
I've not got time, I'm sorry. I have to talk to Mr. Wilkes about getting a new manager. Someone reliable.
Any luck with the new manager yet?
No, plenty of applicants. No one suitable.
Well, I'm glad you're being choosy. And it wouldn't do if he wasn't one of us, if you get my meaning.
Great. Within a minute. Just want a quick word with Henry. Excuse me, Henry. Had an idea. I think I've got just the right man to help you out. Mature, experienced manager, good with people.
Experienced in licence trade?
No, that's the only drawback.
Might be no bad thing, judging from the applicants we've had already.
When can we meet him?
Well, you have done, Amos. Me? Huh. What do you think?
Is Michael seeing that Zoe Tate again?
Probably. Hey, if he moves fast enough, her dowry might be the answer to your problems.
If only. Might be a blessing in disguise, though. This business with the tractor. Make him see we can't go on.
Well, to hear Alan Turner talk, there's never been a way to save Blackthorn.
When was he saying this?
Oh, this afternoon, after you'd gone. I had a word with him, just to see if he could suggest anything that might help. Well, he reckoned the only way to save Blackthorn was to pay off its debts. Frank Tate really laid into him. He reckoned the problem was as much Turner's fault as yours.
Take two. And what about the Sugdens?
Well, I didn't see any point in asking.
Oh, I am surprised. You're blunt to everyone else. This is none of your business.
Hang on a second. I'm trying to help.
Mum, you're not being fair.
All right, take his side. The three of us have kept that farm going for years since your father... Well, anyway, we've managed without other folk all this time, and I'm not going cap in hand to them now.
What is the point in keeping this to yourself? Look, everybody's going to know soon enough. It's like Turner said. You're too flipping proud to ask for help until it's too late.
You've no right to say that.
I've got every right. It's about time somebody said to your mum's face what they say behind her back.
Oh, yes. You think you've got a right because I'm having to depend on your charity for somewhere to live. But it doesn't give you any right to interfere at Blackthorn.
Nobody is interfering. They're trying to help. They're your friends.
Oh, yes. And what do you and your friends think? What have they decided?
Look, Alan Turner may not be the man, but why not go and talk to Frank Tate again? Look, he was very sympathetic today.
I don't need Frank Tate's sympathy.
No, but you need help. And I'm not going to apologise for asking for it, or for talking to our friends, because that's what they're there for.
I think it's definitely worthy of serious consideration.
Over my dead body.
But you don't seem able to find anyone. I mean, Eric's an ideal candidate.
Absolutely. Well-known local man, respected by the community. What more could be better?
Respected? Respected? I'd sooner Seth Armstrong took over, and that's saying something.
Oh, come on, Amos, we do need somebody. We should really think about it.
Not another word, Mr. Wilkes. I have thought about it, and the answer is definitely nay.
I'm sorry, Eric. Seems as if Amos has made up his mind.
Do you really think so, Henry? I mean, I was going to advise Eric to have another word. He's obviously made a very favourable impression.
I don't know what we're going to do now. Tractor going is just about the last straw.
Perhaps Dad could help.
Look, no disrespect, Zoe, but I don't want to go crawling to your dad. He'll probably be throwing us out soon when we can't pay the rent.
I don't know how you dare show your face in here, you. You're a class traitor.
Michael, can I buy a drink?
Oh, what's the matter, Bill? Your 30 pieces of silver burning and all in your pocket, is it?
Look, if it hadn't been me...
Yeah, but it was you, wasn't it? And not so long ago, you'd have let me go to jail for arson, wouldn't you, knowing it was your mate all along?
I'm sorry, that's
Sorry's not good enough, though, is it, Bill? It don't matter how poor you get, you don't do that to a mate.
Look, it wasn't personal.
Personal? You know something more personal than stealing a farmer's tractor, do you?
No. Now you know how I felt this last few years. I was the best cowman in Beckendale, me, till I got put out of a job by big business.
You should know better then, don't you, than supporting big business over a small farmer. You should be on his side.
I am. I am in theory. But there comes a time when anything will do. Pride doesn't pay the bills, Bonnie lad. Just wait till you've been out of a job for as long as I have. You might find you don't sell them dirty work as well.
Never.
For your sake, lad, I hope so. But don't count on it.
I still want to edit them.
You didn't until I made you feel guilty.
Well, the offer's still open if you change your mind.
Well, you'd best get out to the bar. Mr. Wilkes on his own.
You and Sarah had words?
The manner of speaking we have. At least she's had my words. Thousands of them. She doesn't understand what they mean to me.
What is all that lot, then?
Diaries. My diaries going back 50 years. I wanted her to edit them make sense.
Oh, I'm sure they make sense. You are a professional writer, after all.
You've often said as my courier articles are too long-winded.
Oh, well, but maybe for journalism, yes. But for a personal diary, that style is perfect.
You think so?
Aye.
I was making my weary way home through Filly Woods. The Robblesfield church clock tolled the witching hour, and owls called softly through moon-dappled trees. It was then that I saw the black and white snout snuffling towards me. A tree branch touched my shoulder like the hand of the devil himself. I was in the court of demons and I ran for my life. Placed there by a mercenary taxi driver who had insisted on charging me double for after midnight, leaving me with no choice but to stop the car and walk. That one night I saw them badgers.
Plenty of words there, Amos. I liked the bit about the taxi driver.
You were all fair as would have been double the nose, Mr. Wilkes, not just the after midnight bit.
Well,
£2 extra it would have been.
Take my word for it. All they need is a bit of objective editing. Worth a couple of hours' read for anybody. Why don't you ask Sarah again? Oh, maybe I could look at them. I'd like to.
There's things in here as a secret. Things I swore never to divulge to a soul.
But there's things about me in them. Let me look.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wilkes, but you'll have to take my word for it that on balance you come out of it all right.
Good.
I think.
Have you ever thought of having cut short? What do you think, Michael?
Yeah.
How about having it braided?
Or dyed. I dyed my hair once, you know. You wouldn't believe it, would you?
Look, it's getting late. I'd best be off.
Oh, no, stay and have a coffee.
Nah, I'd best be off.
I'll have one, please, Rachel.
All right, then I'll just have a quick cup, thanks.
Have you made any New Year's resolutions yet?
Nah, well, nothing that'd interest you. I mean, nothing about makeup or hair.
Yeah. I don't make resolutions, mate. Just make my mind up to do something and do it.
My resolution's to make her go blackthorn, whatever anyone says or does.
It might be out of your control, you know.
So what do I do? Roll over and die, then?
I'll make the coffee. Anyone feel like helping?
I will.
I've called last orders. I think I'll have an early night. It's been a long day. And no end in sight, eh?
Oh, we'll get somebody soon, don't worry.
There's always Eric Pollard, Esquire.
We'll be bankrupt within a week.
Night, then.
Night.
When I were a kid in Upping Fields, I couldn't wait to get away. You could see miles from Blackthorn. But only down Valley. I were 18 before I went to London, and then it was Smithfields with young farmers.
You've not missed much.
Yeah, I know, but you know difference, don't you? I don't. When I were old enough to get away, I couldn't. I couldn't leave my mum to run farm on her own.
Well, maybe this trouble's a blessing in disguise.
Well, I don't want to go anymore. It's part of me. And there's you now, too.
Me? Oh, Michael.
Yeah, look, you must know how I feel about you. You must do.
Look, let's just...
Look, please, just give us a chance, eh? I might not be rich, but... but I'd best be off home. It's getting late.
Yeah, I better get off home, I know.
Well, what about the coffee? Well, no, Michael and Archie are right. It is late. I've got an early call in the morning. Come on, I'll give you both a lift home. I'm sorry about the coffee, Rachel.
If Amos catches you with that, he won't be pleased.
Neither will half the village. There's some real scandal in here.
All the time they were in our house, I never got to look at them. Could have given up farming and gone into blackmail.
You don't know how right you are.
Come on then, Henry. Read us out a juicy bit.
Oh, no, I don't think I should.
What's the matter, Henry? Think you'll be struck by lightning if you read it out loud?
Henry, for heaven's sake.
Oh, all right then. From time to time, I observed a certain young lady going into the malt shovel after opening hours, into Ernest Shuttleworth's private entrance, at a time when he claims to be having his afternoon nap.
Who was it, Henry?
We'll pack in. Marian, hello, about... Calm down. You're not making any sense. What? How? It's Marian. Paolo's dead.